So hello everyone. Yeah, in this video, I'm gonna discuss with you about how air conditioners work in rooms. Actually, most of us have misconceptions about this and do weird things and weird stuff happens around it. Like, let's get through this and understand. First, in order to understand air conditioning, first we need to understand about air and its density, how air and its density matters. So thing is, um, let me just in blue air with air which is cool have a higher higher density, and air which is hot have a lower density. So the way it works, the how this density affects the air is there. Due to higher density, the cool air comes down, okay, and the hot air goes up. So let's consider a case like let's suppose this is a room. Okay, let's suppose let's say this is a room, and in this room we got both hot air and cool air. It's all filled out. Okay, we got both hot and cool air. What happens is due to density changes in both hot and cool airs, the hot air goes towards the ceiling and the cool air comes towards the floor. So due to the density change, the air changes its position. Okay. The hot air due to lower density floats to the top, and the cool air due to higher density floats to the bottom. And what happens in this case is that so we have in a room we have things like this. These are called vents. Okay, and we got windows. We got both windows and we got vents. So what these do is these vents let the hot air out from the room, and the windows let the cool air into the room. Okay, so this is how actually in a room things happen. So the hot air that floats over to the top, gets exited through these vents to outside, and the cool air that gets pulled into the room stays in the room from the windows. So, so that's the reason why we don't place the actual windows two on the floor so that the cool air exits out. So we make sure they are in the bottom, like in the middle of the wall. So we have air intake and cool air stays in the bottom. The cool air stays in the bottom, and the hot air exits out, and cool air gets in. So the circulation of air main, ha- is maintained in the room. So, but in the modern things, I mean, modern constructions, what's happening is we are removing out these vents. So we only got windows. So the air has to be go out and come in just using the windows. So in this scenario, if we just adds a fan to it, like a fan, what it does is just messes up the whole thing. Like it just mixes the whole hot air and the cool air in the bottom, hot air in the top. Everything just gets mixed up, and the room just gets to a equilibrium of state where people in the room. Let's say we are in the room. Let's say we are in the room, and we are in the room, and we are not comfortable. If it's a hot sunny day, the room gets hot because the inner air is not escaping the room, and the outer cool air not getting into the room, and we are getting hot. Like we are getting hot a lot. So till now we have understood what is air and its density, how air flows in a room, how vents help to exit the air out, how fan makes it the room's air condition worst. So when we have an air conditioner in the room, like let's say is an air conditioner, we have two units of an air conditioner, an indoor unit and an outdoor unit. So we got two units of the air conditioner, and both these units are linked together, and both these units are linked together. So so in order when we are using these air conditioners, so we just close the window so we don't lose the cool air from the room, thinking that we are doing good for the room and we are saving the electricity by keeping the cool in the room. So we just closes the windows and we just rely on the air conditioner. So the problem is with this is these air conditioners doesn't exchange air, they exchange temperature. So let's say when using windows and vents, the air is exchanged through indoor to outdoor and outdoor to indoor. But in this thing, we are not exchanging air; we are exchanging the temperature. So the way this thing works is the indoor unit uh, and the outdoor unit connected together, and this connection consists of called coolant. The coolant has a capability to um, fastly, I mean, we can release the temperature and gain the temperature in a fast prominent way. So what happens is the indoor unit captures the heat and the coolant makes it to the outdoor unit and outdoor unit exits the heat from the coolant and we get cooled coolant into the indoor and this indoor unit spreads the cool air in here. So the problem with these is the air inside and the air outside is not exchanged, and we have completely closed the room's air source. So what happens is the people inside consumes oxygen. We consume oxygen and we release carbon dioxide. So we consume oxygen and we release carbon dioxide, and as there is no air exchange. The contents in the room are not getting out. So the level of carbon dioxide is getting increased, and the oxygen levels are just getting decreased in the room. The oxygen levels are just getting decreased in the room, and time to time it's just increasing, and the carbon dioxide in the room is being cooled by this system. So we are continuously consuming oxygen to a limit when oxygen in the room gets to a depleted state and all we are consuming is cooled carbon dioxide in the room. So this causes dizziness, nausea. So mm, that's the problem. So it's not best to keep keep the windows shut completely while using air conditioning. So that's the whole mythy thing we all do to prevent the cooled air inside from going outside. If we have a way of exchanging the air in and out, then we can increase the oxygen levels in the room and maintain a sustainability for the air exchange and between in and out. So, as the name itself suggests, air conditioner, we are changing the condition, not the air in the room and outside the room. We are changing the air's condition. I mean, its temperature within the room. We are just extracting the heat from the air inside the room and exchanging it with the heat, coolness from the outside the room. So make sure you don't lock yourself in a room with a AC or air conditioner and think that you are having air exchange in between inside and outside the room, and it doesn't work like that. Hope I have taught you something or you learned something from this video. Stay hydrated, peace.